Hello, my name is David Rader. I work for Mossy Oak Mozart Land and Farm, also the manager of Diamondback Ranch. So, welcome to the ranch. This house here, this cabin was built in 1904, and it was completely revamped, retaken care of, and redone from inside and out. New roof, new everything, heating and air. And the cool thing about this house is we use the old barn wood from an old dilapidated barn that fell down on this ranch, and we used it to build all custom cabinets, all the trim, and the ceiling is the old barn roof that we used and rusted out. So that is a pretty special little cabin. And this is the yard. These guys over here, what we do here on this ranch, it is a Wagyu ranch. These boys over here will be butchered in December. They're half Angus, half Wagyu, so they're kind of the high dollar steaks and some of the best meat you'll ever eat. So we have heating and air we put in a few years back. It's a propane heat, and on the back side, there is an old well. We never use it, but I'm assuming it can be used. But this well was put in, I don't know when it was put in, but it's old. Redid all the insulation, and you can see the ceiling, all this, the crown molding and baseboard is all the old barn wood that also outlines every door in the house. Put this real rock, this rock came off the ranch, and dry stacked it, and the potbelly stove, which is more of decoration, but if a guy wanted to use it, you could. And these are the cabinets I was explaining, that all of these are made out of the barn wood. All of these were custom made from a guy, and a local guy. This house did not have a bathroom. This used to be the pantry. So what we did is we changed the pantry right into our big old bathroom. Everything in the house stays. It is completely furnished. So everything you're seeing on here is staying with the house. Some of the stuff is antique, some's not, but this is all Angus hide to represent the Angus ranch that we are here. And this is the master. And this is the kids' room. And we've got some bunk beds here. The house is just shy of 1,000 square foot, probably like 9 something is what I was told. So this is our barn that we had built in 2009. It is Amish built. It's all done with solid oak beams, and all wood dowels hold it together. It's got 1-inch tongue and groove ceiling with a metal roof. And we'll come on in here. And again, this is a turnkey ranch, so about everything in here will stay with it, except for just a few little personal things that will go. But we've got your pressure washer, everything in here, that tools up on hanging up, everything a guy's gonna need to operate this outfit. These are the wood beams up here, and we have a great big loft. And we do have 2 horse stalls that have water in them. The metal that we did here, all the hinges, the latches, and the metal was all done by a 13-year-old boy. He did it by himself. He twisted every one of those. Everything was custom made, and made the horseshoes, hinges. An amazing kid. And then in here is our medicine room with our branding irons. We do freeze branding on this ranch, so we have those. We have a bolted down to the concrete safe for your guns. We have 2 diesel tanks that are 300 gallons each. And we have a 10,000-pound silo. It comes with a 14-foot trailer and an auger for digging holes. On the equipment side of the barn, we have all the extra implements for the 4-wheel drive tractor, for your bucket, your forks, your bale spike. We do have a grader that we grade the driveway with about, twice a month or so. So we get out there and just grade it, make it look nice. We've got your side-by-side Polaris, which is basically just for when we go out and hunt and check things once in a while, just for nothing. Then we got the work truck, which is the Gator, and it's diesel and it's 4-wheel drive. Everything here is 4-wheel drive. Then we've got the tractor, and it's 4-wheel drive. And then we've got a 15-foot batwing with our bigger tractor, and that's all this tractor does is pull that. It doesn't do anything else on this ranch at all. And we have a Dodge pickup, which is just a ranch truck. It's got a year-old bed we put on it, and it's just the ranch truck. Diamondback Ranch consists of 940 acres, more or less. It is completely fenced. All our corners, all the braces are all pipe. Everything's painted, and we generally repaint them every year, the whole ranch. We do have all complete water lines throughout this ranch. Every water trough, there's a water trough in every pasture, and it's a Ritchie non-freeze water tank on concrete pads. So we have consists of about 14 different pastures that we rotational graze. So we'll move them along. 2 of the pastures can be split into 3 more pastures with a hot wire. So we can do a heavy rotation, and that way we don't have to feed much hay. We run about 60 head of mama cows here. When they're all here, we run about 100. They all go with the ranch. Guesstimation about 60 mama cows at this point today. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or the next day, so we may add or take away. But I think a beautiful thing to do for this ranch is weddings. We had a couple, 3 or 4 weddings here. The pond over there was a backdrop. The barn was set up with all the food, with a band. We had tents set up, and the cabin can be a great little honeymoon night type thing. If they do it in the spring or do it in the fall, it would be a great place for if the couple's a hunting type people. They can come in and spend the night, go hunting, and all part of the deal. So it would be a nice thing to have. Okay, so here we are at the corrals. We do have a loading chute here, not for big pod trucks, but for small trucks and trailers. And everything here, all the panels are WW. They're all heavy duty, all anchored in and bolted. So nothing's gonna move. Our squeeze chute also does have a scale on it, so we can get individual weights on everything. I do have a heater set up out here for my vet because he gets a little cold in the wintertime, so we do have a heat here for him to keep him comfortable, otherwise he gets cranky. So we have this, we have the panels. We have the lane coming in for the cattle that are all adjustable. On this side, we have for the baby calves, and we have a calf table. And I'm sure whoever's watching this knows what these are, but a calf will run into here, they'll close up. This tips over on its side. Then we put that rope on the calf, stretch it out, do our castration, vaccinations, tagging, everything we need to be done here. So we have three show pens, and we can go over here. We opened up the woods in the backside. A guy could make that into a bigger corral if you're running a lot more cattle. But what our plan was to build a barn there and keep all of our farm equipment instead of up at the nice barn, bring it down here and keep it down here so it's not visual. So that was our plan. That is a Ritchie water trough. Those are the ones I was telling you about that are throughout the whole ranch. So everything seems to work. We've got some pipe lanes here. We've got a lane that goes up to the field above, so you can bring your cattle down a lane instead of through the pastures. So it makes it very simple, because this is kind of a one-man. I work everything here on my own. So it's a one-man type deal set up. And we incorporated these trees into the corral so that we had some shade. And one has not made it, so we're gonna probably cut that down. Well, we will cut it down. We do have a little road that goes from here through those woods out to that pasture where we will put a gate our plan are to put a gate so everything can come around, trucks, trailers, everything, and come in here and park. So out here on the north side of the ranch, just north of the house, we have a garden set up. This is all high fence because we have a ton of deer here, and these deer will devastate it. So what we've got here is the owner grows, we have bees over here and strawberry plants. So all the bees are developing honey, everything's going good with them guys. Over here he's growing his corn, squash, and all the stuff, but you can grow whatever you want. We've got a really nice chicken coop. And over here, we have all the fruit trees, and Missouri grows wonderful fruit trees. Watch the thing there. We can't grow any citrus here. If you're wanting to do that, we don't do it, but we do grow a fig tree. We've got apricots, apples, pears, and thornless blackberries growing. And it's just a great place to grow our fruit trees and stuff. And again, those are our bees, and he's got okra growing here. I don't like to get too close to them. I know they don't bother me, but yeah, I don't like getting stung either. On the chicken coop, it's got a door that's got an eye on it. So when the chickens, there are no chickens here now, but there's a little eye on that, so that door will open automatically when the sun starts to come up. And then when it gets dark, it'll automatically, all the chickens go in and it automatically closes. Keep the predators and our little raccoon friend from getting them. Okay, so this field is our Bullfield. It's on the other side of the county road, splits it off, keeps my bulls away from the cows. They don't hear them as much and kind of keeps them calm. This is their water source. It's a spring-fed pond. It also has bass and catfish in it. And it spring feds over here. This field is 9 acres incorporated here for the bulls. Outside the fence is a big bunch more pastures, which we disc up, and we'll plant turnips, wheat, rye, soybean for our food plots. And we have a hunting house, a shooting house over here. It's insulated, and we'll disc that all up, and that's our kind of our hunting area. There are springs and creeks throughout this whole ranch. There are literally, this place has more water than anywhere. So you just kind of have to find them. And this is the southern part of the ranch. This is our hay field. We yield about 4 to 5 bales to the acre here, 4x5s, weighing about 900 to 1,000 pounds. This year we did not hay it. We're just simply pasturing it this year on a rotation. This field is about 50 acres. We've got a Ritchie water tanks at both ends of this field. This field can be split into 3 different fields. So you can get a little more intensive grazing on it and run more cattle. Probably the max cattle, if you did a hard rotation, you could run probably 200 to 250 head of cows here and not feed a lot of hay. We have a hay barn down here, which we store our hay in. Down below, which you'll see later, is the Bryant Creek. It's a canoeable river. It runs through the ranch. We own about 10 acres on the other side of it, which I don't do much with because I got to cross the creek. But we'll send a video down and show you that. But this is our hay field.